internal peace. It may not be aggressors from outside, but internal disruptors. And that one is tied with constitutionalism. People who don't follow the constitution or the law in doing whatever they want to do. So again, that is the job of partly the army, but also partly the police. Aggression, peace. And then you have crime. Somebody is a criminal. He's not against the constitution, but he's against the law. He wants to do things without following the law. So crime, that is mainly the work of the police. And within the peace, there is terrorism. There are those who are not only breaking the law, but to do so using terrorism, which is a method of breaking the law and the constitution. And those who don't follow the constitution, they fall under the bracket of treason if you don't follow the constitution. Then corruption. So the UPDF, the Uganda police, the intelligence services are struggling with those problems. And we have been building their capacity to do that. I know exactly where each one of them is now, what they have and what they need to get, and what they need to do. In the UPDF, we still have 2 small gaps, which we shall close. This is enough eyes on the lakes. We have good systems in many places, but on the lakes we need more eyes to see more. The lakes, Victoria, Narobare, Butumbi, the one of what they call Edward, and Mwitanzije, Albert. We need more eyes on those lakes, and we are working on it. And then terrorism, we need more capacity to quickly locate those who are planning or doing terrorism, quickly, not waste time. The Uganda police has moved. You remember I introduced the cameras, and some people were trying to waste my time with procurement, what? I'm not a procurement officer. But I insisted that group called Huawei, because we had seen them somewhere else, provided the cameras. And the cameras have helped us quite a bit, although they still have some gaps also here and there. Like, for instance, the terrorists who killed Katumba's daughter were quickly arrested partly because of the cameras and other cases. The fingerprinting of the guns of the security forces are also helping. But I hear somehow they did not include the army. But why not the army? I have directed that all the army guns must be fingerprinted like all the others were fingerprinted. They can be kept separately, maybe under military police, but they should be fingerprinted. Every gun should be fingerprinted. Now I am insisting on the issue of the electronic number plates. That will be a very big blow to crime, because most of the people move to and from the scene of crime by either vehicle or a border. If we close that gap, it will be very difficult for the criminals to do what they are doing, because walking to and from is not so easy, especially if you want to escape. And you are also seen by the cameras. The cameras will see you. So I want that gap to be closed, and all these arguments which are going on should calm down and be done quietly and resolved. Now, so where does the prisons come in? Because what I've said covers the UPDF, the police, and the intelligence services. The prisons, in my view, have 4 tasks. Number 1, to reform these criminals. Reform them, those who can be reformed. Number 2, skill them. Give them skills so that when they get out of prison, they have skills which they did not have before they came. And I hear that you are doing that quite well. Number 3, of course, punish. Because remember, we cannot do away with punishment completely. You punish according to the law, including hanging, because that's part of your job. On the orders of the courts, and if I sign the death warrant, wewe nakwenda mbinguni huyo. So, reform, skill, punish where necessary. And then add on this effort of wealth creation. Number 4, what you are talking about, the production. Now, in doing all this, whether you are police or UPDF or intelligence or prisons, doing your respective tasks, please fight corruption. This corruption is a disgrace, and a big waster of public resources. The other day I was talking with Dorothy Saka, of KCCA, and I was checking the SFC I was asked by General Mozi Kainerugaba to involve the SFC in doing the Kampala roads, the potholes. Because you in Kampala, you have got potholes. Up country, the roads are good. Many roads are good. But here, you are very rich in potholes. Now, some companies had quoted 12 billion shillings to do those potholes. Now, Dorothy Saka told me the other day that the SFC, because there is an SFC engineering brigade, can do that work at 2.7 billion. So you look at the wastage. How can this be? A work that can be done for 2 point something billion, somebody wants 12 billion. You can do 5 times more work. So therefore, you, the people who are in the armed forces, in the police, in the prisons, intelligence service, really know that if you associate yourself with corrupt people, you are the worst enemy of your country. You are cheating your own parents. These roads are for our people, our parents, our sisters, so therefore corruption. And we are really going to crush it, I can assure you. Don't think that we always go slowly, but you know what eventually happens. This was the problem. We tried to advise them. They wouldn't listen. But we couldn't abandon Uganda to clash with them. So the corrupt groups, wherever you are, in UPDF, in the prisons, in the intelligence service, in the prison, in the public service, please, we shall deal with you, because we are getting more and more information. But I would prefer if people were okolokoka themselves, and we don't want to ruin the careers of anybody, but we can't accept this, because now it's quite a problem. It's quite a problem. I think the investigating agencies were not active. And that's how impunity grew, and people think they can do bad things and nobody will know. But I know. In fact, in many cases, I know. The only problem is that I don't have the proof to crush somebody's corrupt practices. Now, therefore, I welcome you young people into the prison services. And as I advised you when I was here, I was saying, why don't you use the engineers whom you have to build your own barracks and offices, so that the only expenditure is on materials. Because remember, when we involve so-called private sector, I really don't want to hear private sector in the armed forces. Private sector doing what? You have engineers, they know how to build. What they need is materials. Because remember, when you involve the private sector, many of these Ugandans don't have their own money. They borrow money from banks. And the bank charges them here 20% or 18% or something like that. So, if the cost was 10 million, it now becomes 12 million because of the bank loan, which the so-called contractor has borrowed. It becomes now 12 million, added 20%. Then these companies are greedy. They want big profit, 20% profit for the company now. That's another 2 million. So it's now 14 million. Then, because it is a private, it is a business, they pay VAT, another 18%. Oh, that's now an extra 48 added to the others. 58, almost 60. Then many of the companies don't have their own transport. They need to hire. So you find something that was 10 million has now become 18 million. What are you looking for? Why don't you really strengthen? And we struggle with the money to get the materials and labor for. But this now means that you should stop jealousy, nyeko, in our Luo language, obuja. Because these engineers who are with you now, the government has now said let them be paid higher salaries. Because we need them more urgently than a historian like me. Literature, I can recite for you what Shakespeare said. But what Shakespeare said does not build a building. So, if you have this engineer, why don't you pay her or him well? Because we need him, we need her now. Yes, the historian will also be paid when we have enough money to pay both the one we need immediately and this literature man, Museveni, who knows what Shakespeare said, who knows what. Okay, thank you very much. You are very clever. You can remember. But we want a building. We don't want Shakespeare. So now I don't want to hear that the scientists, the engineers especially, and the doctors in the prison services are being underpaid because they must be below the Commissioner General. The Commissioner General must be above them, and then mambo ya ujinga tu. I celebrated 50 years of marriage recently. I'm a big man in my house. But my children can do better than me. They can know more things, do more, the grandchildren. I don't have to compete with them. If they get more, let them get more. I still remain, up to now I get a very low salary. Between 1986 and 1996, I was getting 150,000 shillings. That was my salary. But I was the president of Uganda and the commander-in-chief. And if you doubted that, so those who doubted it, some of them are not here. My authority is not depending on the salary. Now, in 96, these MPs tricked me, and I accepted to go to 3.6 million. Because we agreed that nobody should go above that, 3.6. Afterwards, they increased their salaries. So Museveni increased yours. I said, no. I don't want a Chisarani Chamwe. I don't want to be with your Chisarani. Mugende mweka. So I still get the 3.6 minus 20%, which I gave to the NRM Secretariat. I don't know where they put it. That's their business. So I get 2.7 million. But I am president of Uganda. If you are not sure about that, if you say, who is this man to tell me he's getting a low salary, then you're going to find out who he is. So please, Commissioner General, don't mix your power and authority with salary. Salary, normally, the Banyankore, when there is food, you allow the children to eat fast. I never saw Banyankore elders eating fast before the children. No. So let the engineers who are in the police be paid a bit more than even you, the commissioner this, commissioner that, commissioner that. We shall increase that salary later so that they do the work. They do the work and they are not tempted because see, they are tempted. Because you of literature, of Shakespeare, if we sack you from here, you may not get another job. But this engineer can go and work in Kenya, can go and work in other countries because there is a global demand for scientists. So the retention cost of scientists is higher than the retention cost of literature and Latin and psychology. What will you do with psychology? Somebody said he would see who wants to escape from the prisons. So please, I beg you to use these engineers to really build. Let's see what they require. What they require. I'm very happy with the prisons. The production. I will definitely support the equipment for the prisons. And whatever else you need. Now, on the uniforms, I don't mind the prisons doing the uniforms or anybody doing the uniforms, but I will not allow the use of imported fabric. You must use the internally woven fabric. The homosexuals in the US are interfering with our export of textiles. Some of the orders have been cancelled by the homosexuals there. But I'm not concerned about that because the money we have been squandering with the second-hand clothes, importing other people's fabrics, is much more than what we are going to earn from selling to the US. So therefore, I don't mind the prison doing the uniforms together with our companies which are here, but you must bear in mind from the garden to the fabric, the cotton, the yarn, the fabric, the only thing I will allow you to import is polyester, because we are not making it yet. But I will not allow you to be tailors, to import other people's fabrics and tailor them here. And you say you are making uniform for the army. This is where we lose jobs and we lose money. So finally, I think your observations are correct. This issue of the police and the prisons, I don't know about immigration, but definitely the police and prisons are not civil service. But this is part of the colonial hangover, which we still have. We have got so many things which I just watch, and even if I don't act, but you can see that there is something funny. So I'm glad that you have noticed this one, and we definitely will take it up. They are definitely part of the armed forces, and that's what they say. We say the armed forces, armed forces. We say so, but we don't put it in the law. The armed forces. But it's not in the law, it's not in the Constitution. We are still using the colonial logic. So I congratulate you, and I'm very happy with the good work you are doing. I don't hear many scandals in the prisons. Although there are some terrorists in prison whom you keep there, the ones who are arrested, they go and make the prison a command center. I think one time we arrested some of them. My people worked with Colonel Yabasheja. Those people, those who were arrested, they used the prison as a command post. But I think some of them were arrested. So those who were doing that were from the prison. They used some prison warders to carry messages to the terrorists outside. For instance, our girl, Joan Kagezi, was killed by the ADF because she was a bad prosecutor. She was refusing to be bribed by the ADF, while others were accepting to be bribed. Who is she? We should kill her. Those who killed her will pay, and some of them have already paid. So there's also that side of the people in prison, working from prison to control, especially terrorism, from outside. But it's a small case. I have not had very many cases. The case I had, my people contacted Colonel Biabasheja. So I thank you very much. Now, for the new graduates, 3 words. Afia, health. You need to be healthy. And you need to avoid all elements that destroy health. Number 2, knowledge. The knowledge you have got here, and the knowledge you will get in more training, and the knowledge you will get through reading. And then finally, patriotism, uzalendo. With those 3, you will go far. health, knowledge, training, and reading, and patriotism. Because the discipline is within patriotism. A patriot will be disciplined. There's no patriot, a real patriot, who will be indisciplined. Because he needs to work for his country and succeed. I thank you, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. It is our norm that after the commissioning of the officers, then we go to the peeping drill. Parade Commander, let us proceed with the drill of peeping exercise. The first peeping session will be for the cadet assistant superintendents of prisons. For all of us to follow, we can see the cadet assistant superintendents of prisons facing each other, and they are going to peep themselves because the president has already pronounced himself on their peeping. They have graduated with effect from today. They are no longer disciples, they are apostles, they are messengers of the Uganda Prison Service. I think let's put our hands together to thank our president for agreeing with the leadership of Uganda Prison Service in the readiness of these young men and women who have put their lives to start a journey of serving their country, Uganda. This remains a special moment and will always be in their memory, because it's a step from what they were to what they are. Our dear parents, I think you can see that the people you gave us are very different from the one who are here now. And like Your Excellency, you always guide, forces are always the best places to work. They give a career, they grow the career, they enforce discipline in all corners and help the people to focus. Can we be mindful of time? They are saluting you, Your Excellency, for having granted them this opportunity to serve their country. The right marker has asked for permission to resume their parade activities. As they exit, we are having the cadet police officers advance for their peeping too. It's the same formation. Cadet principal officers are diploma holders, and on their shoulder there will be one star. In the standing orders, a principal officer is the key and lock of the prison. He is the first to arrive and the last to leave. And in all the activities of the prison, a principal officer is very key. And that's the role of these cadet principal officers as they will be ascending the rank to principal officer 2, then principal officer 1. And with your guidance, Your Excellency, this team was picked from the in-service staff, those who had qualifications but had chosen to join at a lower level and or acquired more education while in Uganda prisons. Out of discipline and hard work, they were assessed and recommended for this course. Dear parents, let's clap the shoulders of our children. Young men and women are changing from the plain white to white with a star. Which still indicates that they are on probation. And Your Excellency, we are always proud that you continue to give us assignments which help to build the country. And like this assignment of food security is a very big one, and I think if it is accomplished, gone will be the days where people have to complain that there is a hunger in a corner of one part of the country and there is no food. We can be assured we shall have enough, not for us to eat, also, but also, if need be, to sell. Yes, let's be mindful of time. It's also the turn of the principal officers to thank the President for this honor. They have requested for permission to continue with the parade activities. Your Excellency, we shall request for your indulgence that at least you listen to the voices of these graduates in their own voices expressing their jubilation by having the Chikundi Chamula. Can you wind up, wind up, wind up? Your Excellency, all these trainees were good, but they were the best. Some are the best. We have the best 6, 2 of each category that qualified for awards. The media, I'm going to request you to extend this way because that is our operation area for the gifts. Your Excellency, we are going to request you that you remain standing just in front so that after the gifts have been given, then you can have a photograph with those winners of the different categories. Your Excellency, we beg for your indulgence. Thank you.
Your Excellency, sir, these are the 6 officers who have demonstrated holistic mastery of the content and behavior expected for the exceptional performance of prisons duties. And the first award goes to the best overall male trainee, Cadet Assistant Superintendent of Prisons, Konye Shian Kusuro. Your Excellency, sir, Shian holds a Bachelor's of Arts in Development Economics from Makerere University. He excelled in academics with an average score of 80.16. Shian is a very smart officer, morally upright, assertive, and very confident in behavior and self-expression, which are some of the admirable behaviors and qualities of an excellent prisons officer. The next award goes to the best overall female trainee, Cadet Assistant Superintendent of Prisons, Akau Maliam. Your Excellency, Maliam holds a Bachelor's of Management Science from Chambogo University. She excelled in academics with an average of 80.52, making her the first and best female in academics performance. Maliam exhibited very good discipline. She is very smart, as you can see her, Your Excellency. A very cooperative officer with very good command and leadership, very considerate to colleagues, loyal and highly dedicated. The next award, Your Excellency, goes to the best overall male trainee, Cadet Principal Officer, Mvuye Ronald. Your Excellency, Ronald holds a Bachelor's of Accounting and Finance from Chambo University. He was the overall best in academics with an average of 82.75. Ronald is a brilliant officer with respect for his seniors, equals, considerate to colleagues and peers. He has excellent and impressive personality. He's a very calm and obedient officer, cooperative at all times, and generally expressed authoritative leadership, confidence, and self-drive while on training. The next award, Your Excellency, goes to the best overall female Cadet Principal Officer, Chacho Jennifer. Your Excellency, Jennifer holds a diploma in education, secondary from Chambok University. In academics, she had an average of 72.79 and highly excelled at the shooting range. Jennifer is a smart officer who exhibited maturity while on training. She's very disciplined, committed, with a lot of respect for authority, and she possesses very good supervisory skills and also very highly security conscious. The fifth award, Your Excellency, goes to the best overall male trainee, number 21448, Woda Ainebiona Jude. Jude was the best overall in academics with an average of 85.10. He is very good in parade. Jude is a very good time manager, smart in mind and body, with a respect to lawful orders. Jude is a very bright, confident, disciplined trainee, very composed, very humble, and executed his duties with necessary caution while on training. And finally, Your Excellency, the best overall female trainee, number 21166, Wardress Namukemo Sharon Brenda. Brenda was the best trainee academically with an average of 75.30. She's very good in parade and excelled at the shooting range. Brenda is very confident, smart, disciplined, and demonstrated a clear understanding of her duties as a wardress. Brenda is exceptionally a trustworthy officer. Your Excellency, this marks the end of the award.
Uh, Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for this honor of today. And as we conclude, Parade Commander, you'll take back your team, and we are going to request for indulgence, Your Excellency, that after the parade has moved off the ground, we have a photo moment with you, and the Commissioner General has prepared lunch for all of us. We would love to share it with you, Your Excellency. We shall have 3 sessions of photographs. We shall have, the first photograph will be with the cadet assistant superintendents of prisons. The second group photo will be with the cadet principal officers. And the third group will be for the recruit warders and wardresses, but because they are many, Your Excellency, we have divided them into 3 groups. And those to accompany Your Excellency on the group photo will be the Lordship, the Chief Justice, the Honorable Minister, the service chiefs, and the PS, Minister of Internal Affairs. Those on photography, please be on standby, and we shall have our photograph near where the parade commander is. But by then he will have gone, because the parade commander has first to clear the kiwanja. Back to parade commander. We can resume our seats. The parade commander has been granted permission to remove the parade from the parade ground, and now he's going to summon the TYC. All those going to have a photograph with His Excellency must have their masks on. May we give a thunderous applause to the parade commander for a job well done for today. Parade commander, thank you so much. That is the voice of Superintendent of Prisons Nakakawa, Josephine, as parade TYC of today, taking charge the march off. Thank you once again, Parade Commander. Of course, in a special way, we thank Superintendent of Prisons Tugume Ambrose for steering the band, this marvelous band. And Your Excellency, we have the jazz band, which will play for you as you go to have a photo session. And I think at your own time, if you so wish, we can always come and entertain you where you want us to be. We thank so much the organizing committee, which was chaired by none other than the Deputy Commissioner General of Prisons. For any mistakes, you can blame us, the soldiers on the ground, but for the successes, the Deputy Commissioner General of Prisons, Mr. Samuel Akena, takes the credit, Your Excellency. Today, I worked with my assistants. Permit me to have them introduce themselves to you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I am Commissioner of Prisons, Moses Sentalo, in charge of Inspectorate and Quality Assurance, but also Assistant Public Relations Officer. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I am Superintendent of Prisons, Ato Stella Salome, the acting officer in charge, Uganda Government Prison, Luzira Women, also doubling as a trainer at the Prisons Academy and Training School. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. My name is Hasio Adams, Principal Social Rehabilitation and Welfare Officer. Thank you.
Hosa. Hello.
As we arrange the chairs and the photo session, I introduce you to the prison's jazz band. Prison jazz band, please take post. Cadettes, please. Can you hurry?
My people, open your eyes and answer the call of the drum. Pretty more, some more on my shell, some more on my shell has come. Maputo, home of the brave, our nation will soon be as one. Really more, your internal flame has shown us the light of dawn. Yeah. Uganda, a luta continua, continua. Uganda, mama, a luta continua, continua.